Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are doing a very fun video called Mistakes That I've Made While Collecting Dolls. So if you guys didn't know, I've been collecting American Girl dolls for 16 years now, and in that time I have made plenty of mistakes, some that still haunt me to this day, decisions I've made that I don't like now, and I just figured, first of all, it's funny, I can make fun of myself, and secondly, maybe somebody else could learn from the mistakes I made and not make those same ones, because sometimes they're expensive and frustrating, and yeah. So anyway, let's get started. Today we are going to be looking at 10 mistakes that I made that hopefully I don't make again. Alright, so when I was younger, when I was 12, I didn't have a ton of money, obviously, because 12-year-olds can't have jobs, and so getting a doll was a huge deal to me. I could only get, 2 to 3 a year max, and so that was super crazy when I had enough money to finally go get myself a doll. I'd do a ton of research, I'd know exactly what I wanted, but almost 9 times out of 10, there would be 2 dolls that I liked equally that I couldn't decide between, and almost always one of those dolls was a brand new exciting doll, and the other one was one that had been out for a long time that didn't have a lot of attention anymore. Now, every time I would do this, I would buy the newer doll, the more exciting doll, and I'd always say, oh, when I have money again, I'll buy that other doll because I really want it. Well, most of the time, by the time I would have enough money to get another doll, that older doll would be retired. I missed out on Molly, I missed out on Ivy, Cecile, Sonali, so many dolls just because I wanted the more exciting new fancy doll. And the craziest thing is now, all of those dolls are crazy expensive. They're all 300 plus new in box online, and most of the dolls that I got instead of those dolls are now, even 10 years later, still available. I could buy them right now. Those other dolls I haven't been able to buy in 9-10 years. Mistake number 2 is getting caught up in the hype of a doll I didn't actually really like or need that much. So a lot of times I would do this when I was younger. There would be some dolls I really liked, however there was one that I'd see everywhere. All the people I watched on YouTube had this doll, there was a ton of hype around it, or it was the new girl of the year, whatever the case may be, and instead of getting a doll that I really wanted, I would get that new exciting doll. Sometimes it would work out for me, and other times I'd get frustrated because why did I waste my money on that when I could have had a different doll that I would have liked more. So definitely just be aware when you buy dolls that sometimes you really just want them because of the hype and not because they're actually dolls you would have liked on your own. Mistake number 3 was turning up my nose at used dolls. So don't get me wrong, there are a lot of people out there who ask crazy prices for used dolls and definitely don't spend that much. However, when I was younger, there were at least 2 or 3 dolls I did see for really good prices that I just wasn't willing to buy because that was $30-$40 off of my next new in box doll. Sometimes it's worth it, sometimes it's not, but I wish I would have known back then that if I just, looked up some videos to clean dolls, if I would have just known about the hospital, I could have a brand new doll for way less money, but I never did it because I wanted a new one. So mistake number 4 is one that I still make regularly to this day, and I need to stop, but it probably will never happen, and this is spending way more money just to get free shipping. So at the time of filming this video, in order to get free shipping from the American Girl website, you have to spend $135. Dolls are $110, so you have to spend $25 extra just to get free shipping. It is worth it if you get an outfit or something for $25 to $30, because you're pretty much getting a really, really good deal on an outfit. However, a lot of times I would fall into the trap of, oh, I need free shipping, I might as well buy this other $60 item. I have a little bit more money, and it was almost always a mistake. Just, if you don't have anything you want, just pay the shipping. It's only like $10 to $15, and it's probably a better deal than spending $60 on something you didn't actually want and that you bought impulsively to get free shipping. Now, new collectors, listen to this mistake. So, I've been collecting for a long time, I've seen a lot of dolls come and go, and what I can say with 100% confidence is that when American Girl releases multiple dolls at one time, like Gwen, Sonali, and Krissa, or Cecile and Grace, or Z and Tenny and Logan, it's never the dolls that everyone freaks out about in the beginning that end up being really popular and expensive and hard to find. It's always the doll that people overlook at first, like Z and Logan and Cecile and Gwen and Sonali, that end up being worth a ton of money later on once they retire, because there aren't enough of them that were made, there wasn't enough demand, and so later on those dolls are the most popular. So always go for the doll that no one else is looking at. Now, another mistake I used to make when I was younger was never watching reviews. When I would buy something from the American Girl place, I would always watch a bunch of unboxing and opening videos of whatever doll I wanted, which I still do to this day, and I know you guys do too because my unboxing videos always do pretty well. And I think that's awesome. Everyone should watch those. However, you should also be watching reviews because a lot of times, if all you watch are unboxing videos, you're never gonna know the real issues people have with certain dolls. So many times I got dolls I probably wouldn't have gotten if I had just watched reviews, because there are negatives that you'll see in any review that you ever watch. And so make sure that the negatives that you see in the reviews are things you can deal with in a doll. Otherwise, it may be a good opportunity to find a different doll that you weren't thinking about before that you might enjoy more. A mistake that I luckily only made a couple of times was buying big ticket items. Now, if you don't know what big ticket items are, they're things like Kira's tent, Joss's bus, and back in the day it was smaller things like Lainey's hammock, Kanani's paddleboard, stuff like that. If you don't have a place to put these things, don't buy them. Don't buy them if you don't already know what you're going to do with it, if you don't have a solid place to put it, if you don't have a reason for getting it, if you don't see yourself utilizing it in some way, because they're very expensive, they're bulky, and I wouldn't have anywhere to put anything bigger than what I currently have. So thankfully I never got like Lainey's camper or anything, because I don't know where I would put that. Some people have space, and if you do, by all means, go for it, get big ticket items, but definitely think about it before you do. Yet another mistake I made in my early days of collecting was buying all of the accessories. When I would get a new doll that had accessories, I wanted to buy them. Sometimes it worked out great for me because I ended up really loving their accessories and I really liked what the book had about them. However, 9 times out of 10, by now I've lost them because I'm very disorganized. If you're disorganized like me, don't waste a ton of money on accessories. They're very expensive, overpriced for the quality that you get, plus you end up losing pieces anyway, and a lot of times it's just simply not worth it because you don't have any attachment to the items, and that's like $30 more that you could be putting towards your next doll instead of accessories you're gonna lose and that you don't really care about. So definitely only go for the accessories that you actually want, or end up like me where I have drawers of random things I don't know anything about because I didn't care enough to keep it all together and I don't know what they're for. My 9th mistake in collecting dolls had to be the fact that back in the day, I very rarely ever looked at eBay before buying a brand new doll. I recommend to anyone to check the prices on eBay of any doll that you're considering getting, not only because you may find that doll for a lot cheaper used, like talking about Kit here, don't buy a brand new Kit, you can get one on eBay for $50, $60, pretty much brand new, but also sometimes you can get even luckier and find brand new in-box dolls that are cheaper than buying them directly from American Girl. If none of this is true, just know that you can find the value of a doll if you're a collector, so that you know later on what they'll sell for, because a lot of times you want to go for that more expensive doll resale if you don't know if you're going to be staying in dolls long term. Definitely check out eBay. And my final mistake that I made one time and will never make again is buying a doll not because I actually felt like I really wanted it, but because somebody else told me I should get it. I am 100% a believer that you should only get a doll if you genuinely want it. I don't think anyone should feel pressured to get any doll regardless of what your current collection looks like, because at the end of the day, I think naturally as you get more dolls, you'll start to want dolls that look different than what you already have. But if you feel pressured to get a specific kind of doll just because you're lacking in that area, you're not going to like that doll as much. Plus, it's so much money to be spending on a doll that you don't actually want. So never let anyone else tell you what doll to buy. Buy the doll you want, because that way you'll actually love your collection, you'll feel a lot better about it, and it really doesn't matter at the end of the day, because no matter what you think, regardless of what you're hearing, no one else cares about your collection other than you, so make sure that you love it and that you're spending your money the way that you want to spend it. Well, those are not by any means all the mistakes I've made, but they're definitely the most relevant. So that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Make sure to go in the comments down below and let me know what's the biggest mistake you've made collecting dolls underneath my pinned comment. Upcoming videos I actually have an order coming from American Girl that you guys are going to be very excited about. I also have a project I'm working on. I'm actually building something for my setup in my studio to increase the quality of my YouTube videos and give me some place solid to make videos. I think that's going to be really fun, and I think you guys are going to really enjoy that. So I hope you're looking forward to that. I have a couple more videos coming out this week, more opinion-based stuff, but yeah, that's all I have for you guys today. As always, if you liked the video, make sure to give it a big thumbs up, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye guys!